Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So, on today's episode, we have quite a funny one for you here today. We have here a series of modern women who have been divorced, okay? They've decided to throw away their marriage, ruin the lives of their husbands, ruin the lives of any kids that they may have, and they have done so that they may return to the streets and go on their healing journeys and all of that, okay? But what so many of these modern women who divorce their husbands come to realize is that the grass isn't greener on the other side, okay? Men do not want to date them, right? Men are not taking them seriously. They're not giving them commitment. And so these quote unquote ladies, they return to dating applications of all places, and they realize that it isn't all it cracked up to be. And it is quite hilarious, okay? Oftentimes, these women have gotten quite old in this time period, okay? Last time they dated apparently was a very long time ago, and they're kind of discovering how chivalry, right, and asking women out on dates and courting is no longer what it used to be. So without further ado, let's jump into some of these clips and let's have a bit of a laugh here. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's take a listen to this first woman who has divorced her husband.
So I've been doing online dating. I'm 40 years old. I recently got divorced, and the last time I dated, I was 21. And can I just tell you, I don't know if there's rules for dating. It's real different than 19 years ago.
Yeah, you want to know how it's different, right? Chivalry is well and truly gone. Okay, because the ladies are also gone. Every single one of these women will try and convince you that she's a queen, that she's fantastic, and she deserves the world, okay? But a lot of guys know that's not the case. A lot of these women are quite evil, to be honest with you. They try and divorce you and take a lot of your things, or they think that they're entitled to a quality of man that they're really not entitled to.
And I'm on these dating apps, and I'm like, guys, y'all are either crazy or boring. What are we supposed to talk about? Hey, what's up? So I get a little unhinged when I'm talking to people, and I just start going straight for it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. What are we talking about, okay?
Yeah, so what she's doing here is she's annoyed because she's jumping on the dating applications, and all of the bad boys are just, instantly trying to have fun or nothing else, right? That's why she's calling them crazy. And then the other men, she just doesn't find them attractive. So she has two groups of men on these dating applications. Number one, a group of men that she doesn't find attractive, and they are boring, right? The nice guys. And then there's the quite attractive guys to her, but they won't give her commitment. They're crazy, right? They're just looking for a bit of fun and nothing else. And this is the fate of a lot of these modern women who return to the streets, thinking that they're going to find their Prince Charming, but their standards are way too damn high to find anything. It's actually hilarious.
So I've gone on all these dates. I have these crazy stories. Clearly, 3 months later, I'm still not with anybody. So are you ready for me to share the dating experiences? I don't know if I like online dating.
Yeah, she doesn't like it because she can't get commitment. So how's this, guys? Gone on many dates, in her own words, but still can't find a boyfriend. Still nobody wants to wife it up again. Still nobody wants to have a relationship with her. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Is you have these women who they're perpetually on dating applications because they always think that they deserve the best. But the best doesn't want them at all. All right, and speaking of not wanting them at all, let's jump into this next woman here, who is also divorced. Guys, these clips do not run out. Let me see how many I have for you guys here today. I've got this woman and another two women who are going to tell us about their experiences. So let's continue.
And relationships ending, and somebody
I don't know if I like online dating.
a lot on here about divorce and relationships ending, and somebody recently reached out, DM'd me, and asked a question about how do you get past the fact that your ex has moved on, is in a new relationship, maybe remarried, and you are still single.
Right, so we have another female dating coach giving marriage advice and things like this. Guys, if you're looking for a hustle, right, if you're looking to make a lot of money, feel free to just, get online and start lying to women. That's how a lot, I don't know what this woman's about to say, so we'll see if she actually gives any useful advice. But so many of these dating gurus, particularly the ones for women, because women, for whatever reason, just love being lied to, they scam women. They absolutely do. I don't think there are so many of these dating coaches that I see, gentlemen, where they're just not good for women at all. They're just sitting here lying to one another, and things are terrible.
Maybe remarried, and you are still single. So here's my advice. You already know what it feels like to be loved by that man. You already know the ups and downs, the hot and cold behavior, the walking on eggshells, the wondering if he's lying, the going through his phone, the shaking, the crying. You already know what that feels like.
Why is it that every single one of these dating coaches, right, or these life gurus who themselves are usually divorced, by the way, why is it that they can't sit down and actually just talk to the camera? They always have to be doing their hair, doing makeup. I mean, I saw one the other day where a woman was just straight up eating. Like, can't we just actually sit down and do one thing at a time? Like, you're communicating with people. Guys, I was always taught, growing up that, it's rude, for example, to try and talk to someone while you're eating at the same time, right? If you're going to try and speak to someone, at least just enough of the hair straightening and the eating and the doing makeup at the same time. It's so cringe.
I already know what that feels like. So whether or not he's in the new stages of a relationship, if he's posting about it on social media, you already know the story. You already know who he is. If it looks like he's giving her everything you wanted, that just means he knows what you wanted. He knew what you wanted. And if he's showy about it or posting about it all over, maybe he's really in love.
Yeah, these girls are so dense, okay? When a man refuses to post you on social media, but then he gets with a different woman and he posts her on social media, or he makes her the girlfriend and not you, or he wifes another girl up but he doesn't wife you up, the reason why is because you're not wife material. Okay? It has nothing to do with oh yeah, he just knows what you wanted and he just gave it to another woman out of spite. No, there's a difference, right? A lot of guys, they don't want to be seen with a woman who is not of a certain quality. You know why? Because it's embarrassing. Okay, so many of these women, they have the body count in the triple digits, guys, or just really, high. They've been with a whole bunch of different men. And then they're like, wow, why is it that this man doesn't want to show me off on his social media? Why doesn't he want to make me his girlfriend? Because it's embarrassing. That's why these women can't get commitment from a lot of different guys. It's because, number one, the men don't want them because they're oftentimes incredibly masculine, annoying, etc. But number two, it's just really embarrassing.
Or maybe he's trying to make you feel a type of way for leaving. I tell my friends all the time, women could have a boyfriend in a frickin' second. But the ones that are single are choosing to be single.
No, they're not. The girls that are single, guys, they just can't get the man that they like to want them. That's why there are so many of these videos, okay? Every single time. If you ask a modern woman about dating, she's going to tell you, oh, it sucks. Dating out there is horrible, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why they're saying these things is because the men that they want don't give a damn about them. They don't want a relationship. They don't want to wife them up. They only want to have fun, and that's it. That's the modern woman's grievance with modern dating, is that men won't give them what they want, particularly the men that they want. All right, let's play that back, because that's some hard coping right there.
In a frickin' second. But the ones that are single are choosing to be single.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. I don't think the women who are single are choosing to be single in most of these cases. I think that just that the men that they want just don't want them. I think that's what it really boils down to. I think if if women could have their Prince Charming who has it all, they would take him. But a lot of them, they can't get that guy to commit. Every single woman has it's called, what's it called? Every single woman, or at least a lot of these modern women, are imprinted by a dude. And what I mean by that, guys, is they're always like pining after one particular guy, right? They're attached to some dude from her past, or some guy that she could never get, okay? Or just that one guy on social media that she's met that she really, really wants. And the thing is that they get some fun with these guys, but these men never want to commit, so they always feel like they actually deserve that caliber of man, even though they don't.
Being selective of who you give your energy to, who you give your body to, who you give your time to is a flex. Having a new relationship right away without healing is not a flex. I have personally come to the conclusion that I am so happy and so much better now that if I never get married again, I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah, guys, because what better way to advertise how happy you are than to make TikToks saying that you're happy, right? That's the funny thing about these videos is like, oh yeah, I'm happy, I'm strong and independent, I'm this and I'm that. And then there's always some video of them crying, breaking down because they don't have a family or because a man won't commit to her anymore.
I pour into my kids, I pour into myself. I go on dates, don't get me wrong, and I have a good time.
Right, so this woman is a single mother, divorced, dating coach for women. Let's wrap our heads around that, guys. That's like being someone, you say that you're in financial advice, you're in the financial sector, and you give out business advice to entrepreneurs, okay? But you're homeless. And that's literally the equivalent. Right, this is the equivalent of somebody who has never had a dollar to their name in their entire life trying to come along and to tell you how to invest your money. And these are like the role models for women. These are the dating coaches for women who are supposed to help them along. Isn't that crazy, guys? Single mother, divorced, says that she's happy being alone and is still, I don't know what age she is, you can never tell with the makeup and the filters, right? But she's still going out on dates. How embarrassing is that? Can you guys imagine being this woman's kids? Your mother's a dating coach, she's divorced, she's single, and she's still out there dating random dudes, and she has her fun. Disgusting.
You're wrong, and I have a good time. But I'm not gonna settle ever again. Don't jump into the next relationship. Take your time to really figure out who you are and what you want, and don't compare the beginning of their love story, your ex's new love story, to the ending of your love story. Because she would have never had that position if you hadn't left. Anyway, don't look back. Onward and upward, always. I hope this helps. Okay, love you, bye. Here's some...
Okay, before we jump into this terrifying next video here, number one, this woman doesn't love her audience. Look at this. This is the stuff that I really don't like about these videos, man. There's one thing that I really I don't like about a lot of videos on the internet, and that's just dishonesty. Okay, because this woman is so dishonest. She doesn't love her fans. She doesn't care about them. She just spewed a bunch of nonsense to them, essentially. But single mother, divorced, still going out here on dates. Okay, hang on.
Because she would have never had that position if you hadn't left.
And her advice to the other women who are equally as hopeless, it seems, is to never settle. Don't lower your standards, queen. Okay? And this is insane because it's like you're a single mother, you're divorced, and you're a dating coach. I hate to use this kind of language, but your value has significantly dropped. You're not really in a position to be upping your standards anymore. And the truth is, these women never really had any standards. They were just chasing men who were attractive, right? These attractive men, they didn't have to meet her standards of chivalry or taking her out on dates or being sweet to her or anything. Okay, standards are for unattractive men, at least in her eyes, right? This is what all this talk about standards is, guys. This is why these women say that, all throughout their 20s, they had no standards. The standards were for the dudes who they found unattractive, right? The men who are attractive to her, oh, she doesn't have any standards for them. Come right over, Chad, right? You know, oh, my daughter's, she's at school today, so, you know, come right over. Okay, but the man who's going to give her everything, oh, he has to adhere to all of the disgusting standards that she has. Let's continue on to the next woman here. Don't ever drop your standards, you absolute queen. Yeah, lie to your audience more. So what is this? I think we've covered this woman recently. Let's take a listen. Here's something to watch out for when you're on dating applications. We might actually end today's episode there, guys, because I think I covered this woman on the last one. So as always, guys, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. If you want to see me respond to this particular woman, I believe it's a recent video at the time of this one, so make sure you check that out. Guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.